Welcome to a long-form Dronin. In this video I continue to try to participate in the Quebec Crown land draw. What the heck is this even? It's French. Like the text says, it is a kind of auction for public lands. We can switch this to English, but I am sure they would want me to show you it in French first. For lore reasons. Quebec lore can tell you what these other runes mean, like SEPAQ. M or C is French for country municipality as opposed to cities. This site has all the info, like when the drawing is. How to apply, what the rules are: you have to be an adult, and you have to pay the non-refundable fee. Like a raffle ticket. That's interesting. This draw is done once a year in the fall for, usually, a small number of plots of land. Link to the draw site in the description. Good luck if you throw your name in. The drawing take place between in September and October. Last year I premiered Dronin with Lake Hurdman. Mark on section 2. Link above. When the draw is open they publish a high-quality GIS map with the lots marked. This year there is a set on offer in western Quebec, which is where I live. There are 5 plots in this lot. One directly on the water. Obviously the best one. Hopefully we bid on the exact lot and not the group. Here is the size and cost breakdown also. The size of the terrains is given in the table found on the info card. Link. They are all 1.5 acres each, give or take. Mark on section 3. The road may not be something my car can handle, so plan to overland. Should not prove too difficult, depending. So how do we get there? The info card shows instructions how to get there. From the town of Waltham, we take a road called Rochon. These plots are in a municipality called Chichester. That's a pretty cool name. Chichester? There is a note about the road. It is 17 kilometers until an intersection, but 2 kilometers of the road belong to a private person, from whom you are meant to get permission. I will plan to call an audible and apologize. It'll be fine. So, I like to put eyes on the target, especially since there is no more than 0 chance there is cell signal. It is a good idea to bring my radios. Here is the intersection. This is an important landmark. I don't want to confuse it with any other road that is not on this map. Some people I met on that road told me it is a snowmobile highway, called the 43, and that it can be used in winter for a fee. The people in this area are so good, a family picked me up and answered all my questions. The next instruction is only 500 meters away and is pretty obvious. I would later find these all had signs for the lottery anyway. After that it is 5 kilometers to the next fork, where it says to keep left. This is where I flew the drone. So here you can watch me do simple math really slowly here as I try to add 17 and 5. Wait for it, there he goes. The intersection listed is also the end of Google's knowledge of the roads here. Google Maps does not believe there is a road after this. They did not try to street view this area. The last 2.8 kilometers is the loop around to the site. But I might have to fly from the east side of the lake. That's okay, it's why we can fly. The instruction is to stay left at the first intersection and then right at the next. This means these two. The second one I might avoid. Maybe there is a boat drop or something. Either way, from 100 meters up in the air I will be able to see the sights, which should be right here next to this gray splodge. Either a driveway or rock crop or gravel source. IDK. Alright, let's go for it. Here's the whole road. Oh, it's 2.5 hours. Let's zoom in to the first pit stop, Luskful, Quebec. The ticker at the top is the meter, a weather report. But you can see it is nice. The drone is warning of nearby aircraft. There were at least 2. One was a military exec jet drawing a dick in the sky. Good job boys, drawing dicks. Then a little civilian plane was right behind him. Either way, gorgeous scenery. This is a really pretty place and is a common spot in the Gatineau Park. I don't have permission from the farmer here and I don't have permission from the park rangers. So I can only do an up and around. It is important to be respectful. Drones have gotten a bad rap because of bad users. I had turned on the grid lines in the HUD but didn't realize it would show you. This is the newer goggles. They are faster to set up and we can see the other heads-up display information. That's all there is for Lusk. Let's hit the road. Next stop, Bryson. What a name that is. This town is very cute. Picturesque. The sort of town from a Hallmark movie. But for real. Many Scottish people came to western Quebec, speaking mostly English. The only other bird in the air appears to be at least 50 miles south and east and pointing away from us. This park had 3 monuments, one to a great mayor I think, one to a boat and another to Ruth. I did read the plaque but I was hoping the drone vid could make it out. Then to practice a weird pan shot, the boat here really reminds me of Benchy. I might come back and try to 3D capture the boat. I guess Ruth liked to sit here and enjoy this view. Great view, thank you Ruth. Let's take to the air. Mark on Bryson Cross water shot. This shot is a classic now, but this does look like every single other place in the North American Great Lakes mega region. This could be Virginia, it could be Chichester. The bridge is over to an island called des Alamets. The matchsticks. The reason for this naming changes from trees like matchsticks to primary product is matchsticks. To houses built so fire-friendly they are called matchstick homes. This is the view west, the direction we are heading. The river turns to the left a bit. This little section of the journey is more northbound. The bridge and the island take you at Junction where you can return to this highway or go to Pembroke, Ontario. Turning back to the town, east. This cute little bay. The boat is called Bon Cher, but I don't know why. It is a name you hear around these parts. There is a caves named Bon Cher. The highway I am taking is not much more than 100 years old. Before that, this boat may have been the only way to survive here. If not this boat, the river was still the logistical solution for anything you could not grow yourself. This is all pretty good farmland. Again, this was just a quick sights pit stop, onto the next stop Litchfield. This stop is impromptu. I saw the rest area had a lot of cool stuff. It seems to be extra land in the middle of a giant sand pit. Probably a granite intrusion that the mining interest gave back to the community. It is very cute. It has a play area for kids, bathroom and picnic areas. It also welcomes RVs to some extent. Most importantly, it has good cell reception. This first shot is looking back east. Another town is visible on the river. This town is called Campbell's Bay. Coming down a bit you can see the rest area and the sandpit. But descending is always choppy. Switching back to the upshot is much smoother. One use case for the drone and 3D rendering is analyzing volumes of material for constructions. Could I calculate the volume of this pit? No, but I could work to it and refine this craft. It is a lot of work. What engineers do is very impressive. As a hobbyist, I probably don't have enough time. Panning west towards the destination that has a haze over where we are heading. That's okay. Final leg on real roads. Zooming out completely, had I not stopped this should have taken less than 2 hours. With the stops it took 3 hours. Biddy's Hole is funny. The town of Waltham and a good chunk of the final leg is along a river called Black Norre. Here we are at Rochon and the first sign about the vacation draw that we are here for. So time market is 1:45 in the afternoon. The sign says the Hurdman Lake Vacation Draw and it has a link in its bio. That is helpful. From here the road deteriorated rapidly to an ATV trail. My tiny old car was a champion. I went until the road was washed out at the 15 to 16 kilometer mark. Half an hour later I was at the big intersection. The 17 kilometer mark. Waltham is 18 kilometers back from here. Editor me had trouble doing math. It was 18 kilometers there and there was only 5 hours to sunset. So it says Rapids du Joe Aqualine M and Lake Juncass. They are hella far and insanely far, respectively. There is another sign for the draw. The other direction says Maniwaki, which is a joke since that is 2 hours away from Ottawa north not west. Ha ha ha, I'm in danger. This country is vastly hugely insanely big. From here, sadly even I was washed out. I would need either my trail running gear or my waders. I brought neither. According to GPS we got essentially to the second intersection. It should be on the other side of this obstruction. This sign also seems like a joke. The idea of bringing a big truck through here is wild. Oh well, now the drone does her work as best she can. Now obviously I am careful because if it crashes I will have to walk through that water anyway, lol. Here the timestamp gets weird. I have had bugs before with the times. It is not 7:45, it is 3:45. Sunset is 7. In any case this is the bridge that someone maintains. It is also flooded out on the other side. The first mission is to try to see the signs of the next intersection. It was easier and safer to approach from above. I had better line of sight this way. I can make out the blue highway sign on the right, great. In the middle the next sign for the lottery. I can barely see the drone here so I have to be very careful. These signs are important because going the wrong way costs hours. The Highway 43 continues north from here. I think Joe Aquahim is good. I should look into this. The lake here is very green and summery, with just a few yellow blotches and red streaks. Fall will be coming soon. What will top be like here? Yes, the timestamp is wrong. I put the clips in thematic order. The time of recording is 3:44. Climbing up over this nonsense we can see how far we are from our target. The bottom of Lake Hurdman is wider and will be more visible, and we know it's closer than across from this nearer lake. The nearer lake is not our target. Right now I think I am pointing the drone at the right direction. Climbing to max height, I still can't make out the thinner part of Lake Hurdman. I think based on this view, and feeling demoralized, it is safer to head back. This would be the money shot of this trip. I wish I could post-edit better. I only use iMovie right now. This has the crop, stabilization and color effects. This coloring brings out the fall colors and mutes the harsh sun. You get a tiny polar effect on the water too. This flight is so fun. This is a test of patience. The drone can get to the sights. It would take the drone 1 whole minute to get to that lake in the distance. From the map, those 2 hills are just behind the sights, up a road. I want to say I can make out a gap in the trees where the lake would be. But it is fuzzy, so this is as close as I got to the sights. Not bad. Within 2 kilometers as the crow flies. So 150 kilometers on Great Highway, 16 kilometers on dirt road, 9 kilometers by foot and 300 meters by drone. I did not hustle to get here. I know I can make it. Still sucks. It would be better if I did not have to come back. Mission failed, but there are no stakes, so it's a learning chance. I learned I need a truck for this. The family I met, Ian, August and the boy, offered to take me back to the site, but I had run out of time. This way, even if my car does not start, I can get back to Waltham by foot. But I know I can get out. This terrain is not the worst I have done. This is why we train. One guy I met laughed when I said Gatineau by nightfall. Eardley is not far, all cons idered. Here is sunset from the Eardley Pass, the only way through the Gatineau Park until The City. All told, a great day and a good experience. I will be back. I will map those sites and do my analysis. Maybe try to count the trees. As always, thank you for watching and enjoy the sunset.